Just 2 days ago, the highly anticipated PlayStation Showcase took place, featuring around 30 titles, including the highly anticipated Spider-Man 2. However, the absence of The Last of Us Factions left many PlayStation fans wondering, where's Naughty Dog? After all, Naughty Dog has been working on this project for about 4 years. Well, today, Naughty Dog shared a bittersweet tweet addressing the situation. Quote, "We know many of you have been looking forward to hearing more about our Last of Us multiplayer game. We're incredibly proud of the job our studio has done thus far, but as development continued, we've realized that it's best for the game to give it more time. Our studio will continue to work on this project, as well as other games in development, including a brand new single-player experience, and we look forward to sharing more soon. We're grateful to our fantastic community for support. Thank you for the passion of our game, and it continues to drive us." As a dedicated fan of The Last of Us Factions, I can't help but feel one word: disappointed. But let me give you a moment to understand the journey that led us here to this disappointment. Back in 2017, Naughty Dog announced that The Last of Us Part 2 will be a single-player game. They explained that the vision of the game had expanded beyond simply adding an additional multiplayer mode to their already enormous single-player campaign. And while playing The Last of Us Part 2, we experienced outstanding combat gameplay, where the controls felt grounded yet fluid. And as a fan of the multiplayer Factions, I couldn't help but feel that this was a missed opportunity to incorporate Factions with this new and improved combat system. Fast forward to 2022. We see the announcements of The Last of Us Part 1, a rebuild for the PlayStation 5 and eventual PC port. However, once again, The Last of Us Factions was missing from the spotlight. That was another blow to the community that we've been eagerly awaiting a chance to showcase the multiplayer greatness of Naughty Dog's team. Finally, in the Summer Game Fest of June 2022, The Last of Us Factions received that attention it finally deserved. Neil Druckmann, the leader of Naughty Dog, unveiled a concept art and revealed that the game would be a standalone multiplayer experience set in San Francisco. This was a huge celebration, as Naughty Dog's multiplayer expertise was finally felt backed by PlayStation. It was a promise, a dedicated focus on the project. No more pulling developers from other departments. No more reusing assets from the single player. This was their chance to establish themselves as one of the best multiplayer studios in the world. But then silence. Multiple state of plays went by. No updates. PlayStation and Naughty Dog remained tight-lipped, leaving us in the dark. Of course, until today. In a report from Jason Schreier of Bloomberg, it was revealed that the team working on the game has been scaled back after recent evaluation. While the game has not been canceled, many developers have been reassigned to other projects while the company reevaluates the direction of The Last of Us Factions. This news undoubtedly deals another significant blow to the development power behind the game. To complicate things even further, in 2022, Bungie was acquired by PlayStation, which led to the speculation among us fans of Factions about the possibility of words like games as a service model, terms like extraction shooter, battle pass, battle royale, free to play. All that began to surface as potential avenues for explorations for our humbled game. Going back to Bloomberg's report, it was mentioned that Bungie, as part of their evaluation across the portfolio of Sony games, raised concerns that The Last of Us multiplayer's project's ability to keep players engaged in the long run would be non-existent. This resulted in the reassessment of the game's direction. So, where do we stand now? The Last of Us Factions multiplayer is undoubtedly facing challenges in the past, and it continues to face them now in the future. We are familiar with the famous Miyamoto quote, "A delayed game is eventually good, but a rushed game is forever bad." However, the situation goes beyond delay. It's about missed opportunities. Naughty Dog knew they had a cult hit on their hands in 2013. In The Last of Us, they released multiple DLC maps, created an animation pack, and even brought back the game with a remastered version featuring 60 frames per second. This dedicated effort cultivated a small yet loyal fan base that continues to populate the servers to this day. And unfortunately, over the years, we witnessed missed opportunities for Factions. The single-player only approach in The Last of Us Part 2 was a letdown for multiplayer enthusiasts. The announcements of The Last of Us Part 1 rebuild for the PlayStation 5 and PC was another instance where the factions failed to make the cut. But let's not forget the essence of what Naughty Dog is. And to quote a great explorer, greatness comes from small beginnings. So I'm making this video to urge Naughty Dog just to bring back what Last of Us Factions was. I understand you have a huge vision and you practically wanted to get bigger, but let's revisit the roots. Let's go ahead and bring back the best encounters from The Last of Us Part 2 and create them in thrilling multiplayer maps. Let us choose the factions that you've had in the past, the Fireflies, the Seraphites, the Wolves, the Rattlers. Allow us to experience that award-winning combat system with updated and immersed graphics and harness the power of the PlayStation 5. It may be a small beginning, but I believe it has the potential to be truly great. Thank you for watching. Be sure to subscribe for more.